Heyo, 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 I'm ProAceJOKER, welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing that Halo Infinite Legendary walkthrough. On mission number 7, we are halfway through the game, if you just go by the mission count. It's the Mission Spire. He's back again. Wait, hold on, not back again. I just realized I filmed these intros out of order, so... That joke won't land for like 3 more missions. It's fine though, let's do it. Alright, we are on to mission 6, 7, I don't know where we're at. We're on the tower, we just finished the tower. Like I said, we finished the tower, we're now on the Spire, and this is what we're doing now. So, start this mission off, we're gonna hop right into it. We're gonna kill the brute there, and then we're gonna immediately hop into this warthog, because we are gonna skip all these enemies. Try not to get stuck. But just take this path. Excuse me. Be careful of the enemies. They do have skewers and stuff like that. But once you get here, take a hard... Oh, God. Left. I think he just hit my tire. Take a hard left and get as far away. And then once you get here, just in case he decides to try and shoot me with the skewer again, jump out. Oops. And then, we can skip by all those enemies. So... Now we got a bunch of hunters, but there is a lot of fusion coils. So just spam. Try and evenly spread it out, because as soon as you kill one hunter, the other one starts enraging. There is ammo refill stations, so you don't have to worry too much about those. But try and evenly spread out the fusion coils between the two, because you want... Oh, crap. You want to hit them with as many as you can. But you want to try and kill them as close to each other as you can, so one doesn't have all the time in the world to come charging at you. Alright. Once you do all that... Another one. Go ahead. I would switch out the BR for the skewer. And then whatever one is weaker, that's what you're going to use the skewer on. There is a lot of grenades too, so don't be afraid to have grenades ready to start spamming them. Alright, now, Sentinel Beam, you can actually hit them in their knees. Go for their little kneecaps. And then just kind of circle them around this little thing right here. But yeah, you can kind of hit their kneecaps is a nice soft fleshy part, so. But just use the Sentinel Beam best you can to kind of circle him and then go for them, get the kneecaps down. That's it. Pretty easy. Take a second, replenish nades, replenish your ammo. You're in no rush. So that's how you get into the Spire. That's one set of hunters that you need to worry about. There's a few. Honestly, the hunters are some of the harder sections, but they're pretty easy to bait around. They are powerful. When they start doing their machine gun, that's when you have to really be worried. Well, that's just the entrance, and that's just kind of how you do the outside area. Whoa, careful! You can get spiked. Now we have a long area. So we have a little bit of time. While this happens, we have a little while, but there will come a point where we will no longer have access to the open world, and it will have to do after the 4 towers. So just be aware that there will come a point where you won't have access to fobs and fast travel and anything like that. So it's why I recommend, if you're going to get the collectibles and stuff, do it before the mission it is. And I'll make sure to tell you what mission it is when it happens. But yeah, I'd say do it when you have the invincibility glitch going on. You can do everything in the game while being invincible. So it's pretty easy, helps it, makes it good, but just be aware that there'll come a point where you gotta be prepared. You'll have access to the open world after you beat the game, but you'll have like 4 or 5 missions in a row where you won't have any open. You won't be able to access, so you won't be able to get the Arcane Sentinel Beam again and stuff like that. So, which right now, as I said, I'm using kind of just the basic Sentinel Beam and the Bracer BR. And part of the reason is I was not as careful with the ammo consumption for the arcane sentinel beam. Because I wanted to show off, like, yeah, there are plenty. I want to show off weapons you have, so if you don't want to get the arcane sentinel beam, there are plenty of weapons on the levels that you can use to actually kind of automatically do. And again, we're pretty much going to be using the sentinel beam for the rest of the game, to be honest. We're going to use this combo for the rest of the game. There's no real reason. We might switch to pulse carbine. We will switch to pulse carbine for Jaga. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, this is all we're gonna do. Is the sentinel beam is great for ripping off helmets from brutes. So any shielded brutes, this is really good for. There are really, in my opinion, at this point in the game, there are 3, maybe 4 more fights that are quote-unquote difficult to do. And then past that, the game's pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty standard, just playing Halo, killing enemies as you go. Take a little time, go slow if you need, and just run through all this. So, but you'll notice we do skip quite a few enemies on Legendary, because we just don't need to fight them all. Again, maybe you guys will want a guide where it's like, well, I don't want to skip anything. Okay, do you need a guide to know how to kill enemies? I mean, I'm showing you the weapons to use. Just take your time and kill everything. You don't need to see me teach you how to kill a grunt. I think you guys can do that on your own. So, but Sentinel Beam is what we're gonna use for this fight. This is another boss fight we're gonna have. We're gonna be killing Resolution. This thing's good. Just pop it, call it good. Now, one thing that's not a bad idea on the second fight, and once again, there's plenty of ammo around. There's refill stations. There's a hard light refill, so if you still have Arcane Sentinel Beam, you can use that one. But, like, one thing you can do is you can actually just weaken all the arms so that you can pop them all, like, back to back to back. But after every one you pop, he has to do a giant laser beam from the center of his face. He has to do at least one of those. So, just be wary that, you might as well just let him activate it and then hide behind a wall. Because he won't allow you to damage his last arm until after he's done at least one. And then on the very last one, same thing as before. Let him charge out, and once this one's over, you should be able to just laser him to death. That's it. Pretty easy fight with the Sentinel. And we're gonna refill ammo. Might as well be maxed out on ammo, best we can. And then we have probably one of the best cutscenes in the game. But that's it. I mean, that's Mission 5. That's the tower. That's game over. That's Mission 5. Pretty simple. We have to kill 2 hunters and a giant sentinel turret thing. That's all. So.